What's up there, SEO pros? Chase here. Today I'm going to talk to you about some of the top ways you can do SEO on a budget. So the first thing I want to tell you is that you don't need a lot of money in order to do SEO, and you also don't need a ton of tools. A lot of these tools that people say that you might need are either the people trying to sell you the tools or other people who are trying to sell you SEO. If you are trying to save money and you can't afford these tools, here are some tools that you can use that are free that I use that don't require any money. So the first one is Screaming Frog, and the reason why you're going to want to use Screaming Frog is it lets you crawl up to 500 URLs on a website for absolutely free. If you want to see a tutorial on me going through Screaming Frog, how to use it, you can head to the link in the description, and I go over all the different things you're going to want to know when using Screaming Frog. The next thing that you're going to want probably is some sort of rank tracking device. I don't really use rank tracking anymore. I actually use Search Console, which is also free. So what you can do with Search Console is you can actually go and see all the things that you're ranking for by clicking on pages and then looking at what those pages are ranking for by then clicking on queries. Or you can just see all the keywords that you're ranking for in general just by going to queries and then looking at the list of keywords that you're ranking for. Now, if you want to be able to see your rankings, like for instance, in the future, like say you're not ranking for something yet, but you want to track whether or not you're going to be ranking for that later, you can use rank tracking software. I know there's a lot of tools that actually have free rank tracking. I don't use any of these because, like I said, I don't use rank tracking software anymore. But I used to use something like SEO Profiler. I now would probably use something like Ahrefs, which are both paid tools, unfortunately. But if you do a Google search, I'm sure you'll be able to find free rank tracking software out there. The third thing that you're probably going to want to do is, of course, link outreach. Now, you don't have to be spending a lot of money on guest posts or buying links on, directories, that kind of stuff. And in most cases, buying links, actually in every case, is pretty much black hats. Here's some great ways that you can save money when doing link outreach. Personally, when I do link outreach, I don't directly outreach for links. I actually ask people to contribute content to a post, and then I get their opinion of what they think about the post after it's done by saying, hey, what did you think? Perhaps you'd like to share this or include it on your website, which is kind of asking for a link, but not really. It's not like directly asking, people, hey, can you put my link on your website? In any area, it's still sort of gray hat. One of the ways that you can start doing something similar to that is you can actually start outreaching to other people in your niche. You could use a free tool like hunter.io, look at the emails on their website and outreach to these people and ask them for a tip around a post that you're making, say for instance 100 tips to do SEO. So this is how you can actually start getting people to contribute to your posts and then actually ask, you can directly ask them for links in return, or you can indirectly ask, say, hey, just want to see what you think about this article and that you were included in it. Because they were included in it, they're going to be way more likely to link back to it and reference it later because they, of course, contributed to it. There's, of course, way more ways to do link outreach. If you want to check out some of the tutorials on how I actually go and do like local link building, national link building, stuff like that, and how I sort of automate that process, you can check out the link in the description as well and go over and watch a tutorial on that. Something else you're probably going to want to do, of course, is getting clients. And so a lot of people will actually go and try to pay for leads online, or maybe do an AdWords campaign. Maybe you can't afford that. There's a ton of ways you can do free advertising for yourself, like Craigslist, or for instance, ranking on Google My Business, or doing SEO for yourself. I'm hoping, since you guys know a little bit about SEO, you're going to be able to get leads yourself. And if you guys want to see a tutorial, which is not technically free, but I actually have a course on how I go out and get SEO clients, and I will also leave that in the description. Last tip, in terms of content, you could pay for content if you don't feel like writing it yourself, but one of the best ways I've found to make content is actually do video like this, get it transcribed, and put on a website. So those are some of my top ways to do SEO on a budget. I'd love to hear what your top ways are. Leave a comment and let me know. And until I see you next time, happy SEOing.